Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors, your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. I'm glad you're here. We're bringing you America's only daily outdoor TV show covering exclusively the outdoors here in the Florida Panhandle. We're glad to be here. I'm glad to have you watching the show this morning. It's a Friday morning. Got a big show lined up. We got our Friday fishing forecast, got a great video, plus we have some giveaways. So, just relax, have that cup of coffee, and we'll get started. Our weather, the high today be 87, the low tonight 75, and water temperature remains at 75 degrees. Now, always remember our weather brought to us by Haney Technical Center at 767-5500, corner of Baldwin Road and Highway 77 right there. Now, river readings. Take a look at our river readings. The Apalachicola, Bluntstown, we had a 1.1. Again, not a lot of movement this weekend. We're getting ready for big Labor Day. We're going to be talking about the whole show. We'll be talking about Labor Day, what we can do on Labor Day weekend, okay? Now, the Choctawhatchee is on the rise this morning. It's going up. It's going to be up by Sunday. Right now it's at 3.6. It's going to get up about a 4.9. It had just dropped out last couple of days, and it is, Choctawhatchee is constantly moving up and down. And whether you like to fish on a falling river or a rising river, you can do it in Choctawhatchee River within a day or two, either way. Okay, let's take a look at our tide chart. Our high tide today. Now we're looking at Friday, August the 31st, the last day of the month, and we're looking at a high tide this morning at 10:29 and a low tide at 6:22. We got right at a 1 foot tidal range. Not a really big movement, but a good movement. Okay. On Friday, we'd like to get a report from Sea Quarters Marina, but as you know, we won't get much fishing reports this week. We had with a storm out there in the Gulf, not anybody went out and did any fishing offshore or really inshore. So we'll just give a shout out to all you folks down in the Carabel watching this morning. I know you're raring to go for the weekend. All this bad week is behind us, and we got a great weekend planned. So good shout out to Sea Quarters Marina there. All right, we'll take our first break, and we'll be right back.
Harold Milling Company, rough and tough dog food. Harold Milling Company builds it. They build hog feed. They build dairy feed. They make chicken feed. They have specialty feeds for rabbits. If you got a worm farm, grandmother used to have a worm farm. Look at the Harold Milling Company. You want to go down and get the dog's not running anymore. That's all over with. You want to get that 16% and drop down from the 26% protein. You don't want old Rover to get fat. Harold Milling Company, you can buy it almost any feed store in the Panama City area.
My name's Captain Rick Corley. I'm a SAMS accredited Marine Surveyor, NAM certified Marine Surveyor, and IAME certified Marine Investigator. Been surveying since 1969. Was taught by my father, who is the oldest, longest practicing Marine Surveyor in the world. We do all types of survey, commercial or pleasure. Steel, aluminum, fiberglass, wood, makes no difference. Give us a call at 850-527-5287 or visit us online. We'd appreciate your visits.
When you want to get the job done, you want a powerhouse of engineering, reliability, and value. You want a Kubota. And right now, during our 40-year strong celebration, get 0 down and 0% APR for up to 48 months on Kubota utility vehicles, like the climate-controlled RTV 1100 or the affordable compact RTV 400. Join the Kubota movement, 40 years strong, serving the American dream.
See and save on all Kubota tractors and equipment at Sowell Tractor today.
We are so lucky to live in North Florida. We have some of the best fresh and saltwater fishing in the world. My biggest problem is not catching fish, but trying to decide what kind of fish I want to catch. No matter what I'm after, I always stop at Sunjammers Water Sports first. They have just what I need: rods and reels, line, tackle, and most important, live bait. Yes, sir, we sure are lucky.
Okay, welcome back. We're going to start with a great picture right here. Let's look at Miss Paige Bass from Valdosta, Georgia, catching a big old sea bass off Carabel down there. That's Tony Bass's youngest daughter there, and she had a ball. It was really pretty weather last week, and she was able to get that in there. I know they enjoy coming in from Valdosta down there to Sea Quarters Marina. Don't forget now, all kinds of things to do. We're talking about Labor Day. Weather should be in good shape compared to what we've had. if you don't have an opportunity to go out on a boat or go do some fishing, or don't forget that shark presentation will be at the E.O. Wilson Biophilia Center, right there on Highway 20 over there by Freeport, between Freeport, but right outside of Freeport, and you can go there at 11 o'clock or 1 o'clock, and they'll have a shark presentation. They're going to be talking all kind of sharks and all, and very informative. That'll be tomorrow. Okay, that's one thing. Now, let's look at let's take a picture. These pictures here. We talked about the Mexico Beach Artificial Reef Association. We finally got the pictures in. We're going to talk about the winners. We got the pictures. And also the weights and all. This is first place. Now these same boys have won this thing about 4 years in a row. This is a 41.25 pound mackerel. Now the name of the boat is Gag Reflex. Captain Russell Stewart and fishermen have been Larry Lemmox and Chris Deal. And that is a big, really big. In fact, ironically, that's the same size we won the sea quarters with last year. We had a 41.9. This is 41.2. So that's a smoker king right there. And Larry Lemmox and Russell Stewart seriously have won this, folks, about 3 or 4 years in a row. Now we're going to look at a second place king, and that was brought in. Great pictures here. The MBARA this past weekend. Second place king. The boat was a Green Banana. And they placed in it before, too. I believe they're from either Mexico Beach or down there at Apalachicola. It's the Bloodworth family. Captain Josh Bloodworth and the fishermen are Jimmy McCarty, Joe Rogers, Alec Bloodworth, Ryan Kelly, and Scott Urquhart. So that's a good boatload of fishermen right there. And that would weigh 31. That's 10 pounds off. That's a 31-pounder right there. So now let's take a look at a third place king mackerel at the MBARA. The third place one was brought aboard. This was a 20-pounder, right at 20.1 pounds, and is a real smoker. Captain Blake Gardner and the fisherman Bubba McKenzie, the real smoker. And I believe that's the same boys fished over down in Carabel and place. So that's a 20-pounder now. That one even made the top 10 down in Carabel, but it got third place there. And ironically, they had more fishermen fishing the MBARA. All right, now, they also had a Spanish mackerel category. We're going to look at a first place Spanish. Well, I like this tournament as far as you can catch different fish. First place Spanish, you're looking at a 4.8 pounders. The boat was a sand dancer. Captain Jim Niblett and fisherman was Sam Weatherby. All right? And then the one second place right there, this is second place Spanish. It was 4.6 pounds. The boat was the winners and Captain Greg Cloud and fisherman Michael Wells. And the third place, they're going to go vertical on us, Jeff. The third place one is going to be a 4.2. I mean, these are all real close. Anytime you get a 4-pound mackerel, you're going to be close to the money there. This is the boat is Stuckey, Captain Earl Stuckey, on a 4.25-pound third place. And the final picture, where they had a Wahoo category. And that's always fun to catch one of those Wahoos. And the winner in the Wahoo category was, the boat was a Bird's Nest and Captain Rodney McCart. And the fisherman was Rick Northern, Matt Fulton, and Chris Duncan, and that weighed 52.4 pounds. All right? Good job there, the MBARA. And that's the winners right there. And we're going to go ahead and that's some good pictures right there. There's some big king mackerel out there. Folks, September is an excellent month for catching king mackerel. You don't have to be in a tournament or anything. If you want to catch some of those big old smokers, they're out there. Just get them located, get you some live bait, and just let it sort of drift behind the boat, and they can't stand it. All right, we'll take our break, and we'll be right back.
A new Carrier heating and air conditioner system from Mills Heating and Air can save you money every month. Thanks to energy-efficient technology that can help lower your utility bill. Buy a Carrier system now from Mills Heating and Air. Turn to the experts at Mills Heating and Air at 850-234-8177 or go to millshvac.com. That's 850-234-8177. For lower bills, call Mills.
Clay O'Neill's Land Clearing. When you need land clearing, pond digging, road building, or any type of excavation, Clay O'Neill's Land Clearing is fully equipped to handle it. If the job is big or small, he covers it all, serving the Florida Panhandle from Madison County to Escambia County. He's just a phone call away. Hey, thanks, Clay, for another job well done.
AMW trailers, Austin Machine Work, trailer repair of all kinds. Folks, you always need to check your wiring. This is a great place to get it done, right here. Trailers of all sizes. Folks, check out this all aluminum trailer. That's what they specialize in over here at AMW. You get one of these, you won't need to get another one. Going down in a big, blue, beautiful building in downtown Millville. Get you one of those new aluminum trailers and get yours fixed right here at AMW Trailers.
Blue Water Outriggers. Everything you need for outdoors, whether you're fishing off the piers, surf fishing, or heading out to the Gulf. Blue Water Outriggers has what you need. Live bait, freshwater, saltwater tackle, rods and reels, clothing, marine supplies. Hottest brands, greatest prices, friendliest service. BWOfish.com. Shop online. Open 7 days a week, 30 miles east of Panama City. Blue Water Outriggers.
All right, welcome back. Now, one thing you may want to do, if you want to do saltwater fishing, you may want to do a little bit of freshwater fishing. You do it tomorrow at the Deer Point Lake, the bass tournament, the Deer Point, right there at the High Point Landing, around the tournament trail. We'll have the details on it, but it's a fundraiser for the Mosley Band. And first, it'll be there at the High Point Landing, and 50% goes to the band, and 50% payback, and a worthy cause right there. If you want to fish at a bass tournament there at a High Point Landing at Deer Point Lake. All kind of good things happening this weekend. Now, one of the things we want to always, every Friday, like to draw for a $25 gift certificate or a big old red snapper brought to us by Tarpon Dock Seafood. Now, again, if you haven't registered, if you can register at any time, Tarpon Dock is just a great sponsor of ours, and they're good folks down there, and they have good fresh seafood on a daily basis. And the boats will be coming back in now. They were out a little bit. They were called, but they're back on the water now. And we're going to get some. We're going to first draw for $25. Okay, let's mix it all up in here. And the winner for this one will be $25 gift certificate. Glenn Williams of Panama City Beach. Glenn Williams. All right, put you right there. And then we're going to get this big old red snapper here. And the winner for that is John Labenthal of North Lagoon Drive, Panama City Beach. 2 winners from Panama City Beach. John, you win that big old red snapper. John's a good fisherman. I see a lot of his stuff on there, okay? I take care of our 2 winners. Now, we're going to set up this video for you. This past week, you know, a storm came through, and so nobody could do it. We didn't have any fishing video to show you, but I thought it was a good idea. We're going to do a 2-day, actually Chip did this video for me, and it's a little 2-day, the 2-day event, and we showed my dock, and I just want you to watch the dock from the beginning of the storm, where the wind's blowing one way, and then at the end of the storm, when the wind's blowing the other way, how the water rises. The storm surge, what a lot of people don't realize, even this far away. And I understand that was a tropical storm, and we talked about it not being really big until it hit land and became a hurricane, but it still affects you all along the Gulf Coast. And also, we went out to the beach and showed you some of those maybe not so wise people out in the past on jet skis and all. Just amazing what all was going on the day the storm was here. So we're going to roll this video. It's a good video, and it's real windy at times. It's hard to hear, but it's, you know, tropical and hurricane force wind. So that's where the wind's coming from. We'll try to block out as much as we could. So Jeff, let's roll this video.
Come on, let's go check out the storm. Not much going on right now. It's let me see, Monday, and Tropical Storm Isaac is out in the Gulf. It's Monday. It's due to be here tomorrow in the New Orleans area. All this water's been blowing out that way, but as you can see now, the waves are blowing this way. They're coming more directly on shore, and this is as low as you're going to see the tide, I'm afraid, for a few days. Walk out on the dock. It's a bit gusty. And you can see how
how low the tide actually is. Very low tide. Right now it's probably 6 o'clock Monday night, August 27th. Tropical Storm Isaac being ready to change into a Hurricane Isaac, but headed to New Orleans area, Mobile. So here in North Bay County, Panama City, Florida, you can see an obvious difference in the tide from yesterday to today. Water is up over the seawall, and there's a major difference from yesterday to today. And this is a small tropical storm, but pushing plenty of water. This is at high tide. High tide's probably an hour from now, but there's nowhere for the water to go. Right, there's a small example. There's a little tiny example of what big waves would do. And they do that over and over and over and over until your dock gives way. Go ahead, sweetie. That's brave right there. Make your daughter do it. Be careful. Baby, pick it up. Huh?
Lots of crabs all over, and then
the crabs ain't gonna hurt you. It's just those fiddler crabs. Now we're at full high tide. You can see the waters come on up. Here's water. Just steps away, literally.
Okay, folks, most of y'all know I live on the water. It's a joy to live on the water, but at times you really have some situations where it's not a lot of fun. And anytime a storm gets out in the Gulf of Mexico, I'm like that. And we lived here about 30-some years, and I love it out here. I just want to show you, a lot of people, especially inland, and when I used to live inland, I didn't realize this too. If you don't realize the amount of nature force, even when a storm is way off, like over in Louisiana. It's a Tuesday morning now, so we're a long way from the tropical storm, not a hurricane. It's a tropical storm. I want to just show you what the water will do on the North Bay and all the bay systems, Choctawhatchee Bay, Escambia Bay, all the bay systems have the same type of situation when that water is pushed up and it starts ends up in the bay system. So we're going to show you what it does. This is a little waterfront area right here. Folks don't realize it, but this is how the docks really get destroyed. If you notice, a wave come up underneath and see it coming all the way down, and it keeps coming underneath and just pounding up, and knocks them loose. And most of them aren't hit from the outside; they hit from underneath, and the boards just start coming up. And the boards stay there, and then those pilings will start lifting up. This is a great graphic example of what happens when the dock is going to be destroyed. But this is real lightweight stuff here. It's not heavy yet. What happens when you have extreme tide and just a little tropical storm. You see my neighbor docks, all my neighbor docks are already underwater on both sides of me. And the sun is out. Everybody's amazed at the sun being out. Blue skies. All right, this palm tree now is usually in my yard, and my yard goes about 10 feet further, but you see the marsh area back behind it, and no protection in the marsh area, so it just comes up here. The biggest thing, I'm always looking for snakes. I always see snakes coming out of there, but I haven't found one this morning, but I've been on a snake expedition all morning, so I'm gonna keep looking.
Successful hunting season, two things come to mind: Browning and C&G Sporting Goods. Browning is the best there is, and C&G Sporting Goods is your factory direct, full-line Browning dealer. C&G stocks Browning guns, camo, knives, scopes, gun safes, bows, and much more, including hunting and fishing license. Look over the new Browning BAR camo short frame and X-Bolt rifles. Why pay good money for anything less than a Browning? Browning and C&G, the best there is. Home of the experts.
Think you can't afford a new Kubota tractor? Think again. Kubota offers a powerhouse of engineering, reliability, and value that can't be matched. Right now, during our 40-year strong celebration, get a feature-loaded two-wheel drive L3800F or M6040 Standard for 0 down and 0% APR for up to 60 months. Think again. Join the Kubota movement, 40 years strong.
See and save on all Kubota tractors and equipment at Sowell Tractor today.
A new Carrier heating and air conditioner system from Mills Heating and Air can save you money every month. Thanks to energy-efficient technology that can help lower your utility bill. Buy a Carrier system now from Mills Heating and Air. Turn to the experts at Mills Heating and Air at 850-234-8177 or go to millshvac.com. That's 850-234-8177. For lower bills, call Mills.
Sunrise to sunset. A walk through nature takes you on a journey of Florida's Emerald Coast. You'll encounter the wildlife, birds, lighthouses, indigenous to the beautiful land and seascapes of Florida. Set to the sounds of nature and enhanced with easy listening music. Only $14.95 plus $4.95 shipping and handling. NatureWalkDVD.com or send check or money order to the address on the screen. A walk through nature. Visually stunning.
This is Tarver. Okay, Tarver's a good fisherman. Tarver, have you caught any fish lately? How many? Why do you think you haven't caught any fish?
Well, the weather. We've not gone out yet.
The weather, yeah, I haven't gone out a lot either. But did you catch a lot of fish this summer? Not really? What about your mom and daddy? Did they catch any fish? They didn't? They caught some good fish? What grade are you in now? Second grade. That's great. Well, you've grown since I saw you last. You were growing. I'm going to go over and see your mom and daddy. Okay?
Thanks for joining us for Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors features hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.